regulations, you have some growth during some time, but in the end, it doesn't work.
No, I agree
Because
completely.
of this, people talk about communism. Communism is good to share, but it's not good to do the money, to make money. And capitalism is going making money, but it's not doing sharing. So we need to, it's not one against the other. It's a different one that brings the good things from one and the good things of others, and have a different system. And I think that this will happen soon because of the technology, because human beings will be able to do exactly what we came to do, that is think, be happy, talk to each other, not to work, not hard work. Machines will do that.
I think technology will give more power to the common man, because it's the communication as well.
Yes, this is something, because you can access information.
Right.
You know, even if you're poor, I think if you can read, you know, write and read, with this technology you can access the information.
As long as you can talk. You don't need to read or write anymore.
Yes.
As long as you can speak,
yes.
There's programs
this
that
is another
translate
point.
the
People
text.
don't read. Yes, nowadays people much more see
visual
movies. Yes, much more movies.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm thinking about to start working in conflict mediation here in Brazil, between here and Brazil, and I'm thinking about how to show this information for people. And the people that are helping me with this says, you don't need to write, because you know people don't read. You need to talk.
Well,
and
that's
to
why
show, this show here. And thank you for this opportunity.
Yes, well, anyone listening
talking
to this,
about it is so important.
You got to open the people's eyes to what's going on in the world.
Yes.
That's why another important movie I want you to watch is called Thrive. Have you heard of it?
I've heard about.
ThriveMovement.com is the website, and one of the billionaires from the Procter & Gamble fortune created this because he saw the problems with money.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know if you know this, and maybe you could chime in on it, but I'm told there's around 13 families that control all the wealth in the world.
Yes.
And with that wealth, they control the government and the banks and the money and the media. So they don't want certain things told or exposed, because that ruins their game.
Yes,
and the game is the money.
Yes,
it's all comes down to the greed of the money.
Yes,
and that's why these movies are very important. Thrive, watch everybody listening. Watch Thrive, ThriveMovement.com. Watch the Laundromat. I mean, it's got a great cast too.
Yes.
Whatever you like, you know.
Yes.
We have to open our eyes to what's going on.
Yes.
Burying our heads in the sand isn't gonna get us anywhere.
Yes.
And this movement of mine is so simple. And here's how simple it is, Rodrigo.
Mm-hmm. Tell me.
Everybody on the planet has two things in common. They're going to, if they come in contact with human beings, they're going to be asked how they are today. Every single human is going to be asked how they are today. Later on today, someone's going to ask how you are.
Yes.
And we know that being positive is better than being negative.
Yes.
Those are the two elements of this movement. And all that people have to do now, as a start, it's not going to solve all the problems, but is to say they're fantastic.
Great. It's fantastic.
And just listening to it, you smiled just
fantastic.
now. You just smiled, which released the endorphins, which made you feel good.
Yes.
You look great, and you just lived longer just now by 5 minutes.
Yes.
I didn't make up any of this stuff.
Yes.
Because you're less stressed right now by smiling.
Yes.
And when you say that to someone else, if they don't believe you, that's their problem, because the only person's opinion that matters is yours, right? So if they don't believe that you're fantastic, that's their problem. But you did make them smile, and you did make them laugh. So if you can make one person, everybody listening, if you can make one person smile today, you've made the world a better place.
Yes, and
so the Be Fantastic movement is going to pollinate positivity, and it's going to inspire civility.
Great. It's a very
it's
a fantastic job.
And everything we've been talking about will benefit from that simple solution.
Yes.
You know, you ever heard the KISS method? KISS?
Oh,
you heard about it?
No, I don't think so.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Yes, and the simplicity.
The simplicity.
It's
this
luxury,
is the simplest solution to start creating a more civil society. Yes. All you have to do is say fantastic.
Yes.
You eliminate the word good. I ran into a 3-year-old boy the other day with his father, and I said to the boy, because I ask this a lot. I hate the question, but I ask it because that's what I do. I said, "How are you?" He said, "A little 3-year-old." So he's been speaking about a year, 3-year-old, typically, and he said, "I'm good."
I'm good.
He said, "I'm good," and so he's in a habit now for the rest of his life to say, "I'm good." Now, him and his father and I broke him of that habit, luckily that day. And I have 9 teachers that are saying they're having their class say, "I am fantastic" before class. Because it builds their self-esteem, it builds confidence, it creates energy in the room, it creates a positivity to start the lesson off. It's fantastic. Only 9 teachers I know of, and if you're a teacher listening to this, please encourage all your children and parents. Teach your children to say, "I'm fantastic." There's a viral video going around right now. Someone sent me because this movement's getting, and it's a little boy who was taught to say, "I am great, I am wonderful, I am blessed," every time he's asked how he is. Isn't that better than "I'm good"?
Yes, much better. Yes.
It's much better. And there's a lot of problems in the world, and we don't have to take them all on our shoulders, but we need to be kind to one another, to be civil, to be polite and friendly, and accountable for our actions.
Yes.
All these people, these greedy people, you can only eat 3 meals a day. I mean, I could eat more, but I mean, most people only need to eat 3 meals a day.
Yes.
How many cars can you drive at once?
Yes.
How many planes can you drive at once?
Yes.
You can only be on one yacht at a time. I mean, come on, people, get it together.
Yes.
Yes.
You're talking about something that it's very, very interesting and important for me. And Buddhism says that you need to answer a question for yourself.
Yes.
What is enough?
Yes.
For you?
A lot of people say I have a lot of Buddhism in me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You have,
I didn't study any religion, anything.
No, I
it's all just this is common sense.
Yes.
Everything I'm saying is common sense.
I said often. You know why? Because religion is something that everybody has. If you don't have a religion, you have a negative relationship with the religion, but you have a negative religion, I would say.
Well, so when it comes to religion...
And this kind is very, religions are not different or better or worse, They are just the system of values that a society decided to work in order to deal with ethics stuff.
To create civility.
Yes.
But
exactly.
Somehow I don't know when we're
and
wrong.
You can have a lot of different kind of instruments, but the religion is one of the most important. And because of this, and because I deal with conflicts, we don't have these taboos. We need to talk about everything, respecting that each people has his own ideas of the life, because it's your history. Some people says, "Oh, but you deal with a lot of suffering." And what is the worst suffering? What is the worst suffering?
To be unhappy.
Your suffering.
Yes.
Because it's yours.
Yes.
People says, "Oh, and you have a very rich person and it's unhappy because of this," and you have another person. Which is the worst suffering? It's the suffering that you feel.
Yes.
So this suffering need to be respected, and why it happens need to be respected. And in the end, you don't want to suffer.
Well, you bring stress on yourself. You bring unhappiness on yourself.
And in the
it's
end,
all your fault.
Yes. And in the end, you want to be part of the group, and you want to be accepted, and all those things.
Right.
And what we are creating, it's something that I think that it's very interesting, because we have, for instance, 2,000 years of Christianity, 7,000 of the years of Buddhism, Hinduism, all those things. And for instance, especially the Christian,
Chinese.
We don't talk about Christian religions, but the Christian Jesus Christ, the value is take care of the one that is closer to you. Just that. If I do that, imagine I take care of you, you take care of me, and everybody in the world do the same.
This is basically my fantastic movement.
It's the heaven.
That's my fantastic movement.
And why we don't do that, and why we don't have this kind of things?
It's the selfishness.
Yes, and because of this kind of idea of scarceness, so I need to take the happiness as much as possible.
Okay,
because if I don't take that, you will take it off me, and people don't understand that. If you produce, you give more, and you have more and more.
I want to hear your definition of happiness.
Happiness is the ability of being bigger than the challenges - problems that you have every day. You always have problems. But if you have the ability of have the problem, suffer and what you need to suffer, and strive and get bigger and solve that, and go to the other, and go to the other, and you don't stack, and stop it, you're happy.
Okay.
The unhappy person is that person that the problems are bigger than them, and they cannot have someone else to help them.
Right.
Because sometimes the problems are bigger than us, but we have people to help us at that moment, and you go stronger. And
okay.
This is my, if you're able to.
We all have different definitions.
Yes. What is yours?
My definition is to be happy is to jump out of bed in the morning looking forward to your day.
Yes.
When that happens, you're gonna love what you're doing.
Yes.
And you're gonna be you're gonna have fun doing it.
Yes.
And when you have fun doing something that you enjoy,
you're
gonna do it well.
Yes.
And that will lead to making money, which is the icing.
Yes.
But unfortunately, everyone drags themselves out of bed to make money.
Yes.
Because it all comes down to money. We have to
money
make
is
money.
The blood, but
we have to pay for the car and the insurance and the home and the school and all those other things.
Of course.
But when it starts to just drive you, then like unfortunately, some of my friends, they've killed themselves.
Yes.
Because money was just too big a burden.
Yeah, some of mine too.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've dealt with a lot of death in my life.
Yes.
My parents died at 11. I've had many friends die.
Yes.
Just yesterday, day before yesterday, a woman called me, the widow of a friend that I didn't know had died last month because he wasn't answering my phone calls. We had some deals going. I do a lot of deals, and he wasn't answering my phone call. And I thought, okay, another flake, whatever, And it turned out he died. He had a heart attack, younger than me.
Yes.
You know, my parents died at 40. So
yes, I faced this kind of problem with a friend of mine also. The same problem, a heart attack. And if you have a comprehension of death, that it's something that can happen at any time.
You can't fear death. You cannot fear death.
Yes, and no, you don't fear, but you put that possibility as something that make your life better, because this is the best day, because this is the day that I have now.
Exactly.
And maybe in 15 minutes we won't have this. So
enjoy every moment.
Yes, and
live every day as though it's your last, because in one day it might be. That's very famous philosophers have said that.
Yes, and it's interesting because I studied once about when you have free choices to choose from. What's the name of this in English?
Free choice? I mean,
not free choice. It's free. That you have the ability of choosing things in your life, and oh my God, I won't remember. Well, sorry.
Well, I know what you're saying. Go ahead.
Yeah. And so I was reading about that, and says that no, when you think that you had a decision, this decision was already done in your unconscious levels inside you, and it's not provided by your mind, but it's something that came and go through your mind. And the scientists discovered that because they asked some question for someone, and the brain produced the answer before the other part of them had conscious of the answer. And people says, what is this freedom that we have of decision? Which freedom is that?
Right.
And I was reading,
well, you're
and
gonna like
this
this.
monk said, the freedom is in that little moment that your tongue has to decide. I will put light or darkness in the answer that I will do for this.
You're gonna like it.
It's what about your saying that this is the freedom that we have. We will respond for something.
You're gonna love this philosophy I have. One of my philosophies is life is a series of left and right turns. Every day you're gonna decide to turn left or decide to turn right. Yeah. Now you must, to be happy and go down in life, understand that every decision, every turn you make is a decision.
Yes.
That's what relates to what you're saying here. That decision, you must know, was the correct one. You must believe that the turn you made, the decision you made to turn that way, left or right, was the correct one. When that happens, and you totally believe it was the correct turn, you're going to get confidence in your decision making. With that confidence, you're going to get success in life, and with that success in life, you should be happy. Now, when you didn't make the turn, there's no reason to even think about it because it's past. I believe that the past is baggage.
Yes.
If you were beaten as a child, that's baggage.
Yes.
Why do you want to carry that with you? Forget about it. If it didn't kill you, it made you stronger. So forget about the baggage. Understand the turns you made were the correct one, and you go forward and enjoy life.
Possible? Or was the best possible? Because sometimes you look to the past and says, "I did a bad decision in this moment."
Right.
But at that moment was the best possible. So you cannot, guilt yourself.
Right.
But
always
it was the right one.
Always look at the positive of that decision.
Yes. And what it was the right
because
one for you at that moment.
For Rodrigo, it took me 65 years of left and right turns. One of my big left turns was, instead of going to college, turn left, I turned right and I hitchhiked around the world for my education. That was a big turn. I totally believe it was the right one.
Yes.
But it took me 65 years to sit here next to you of left and right turns.
Yes.
Or I wouldn't have met you with all those different turns.
Yes.
As you, in your 40, how old are you?
40.
40?
Yes.
In your 40 years, it took you 40 years of decision making to sit next to me.
Yes.
Now, if we do something with it,
Amazing.
it's what it is. And it's so many things had to happen correctly for you and me to meet.
Yes.
So many things.
Synchronicity. Yes, I think
Synchronicity.
this should be God. This consciousness.
Well, I don't call it God. I
It's
just
part
call
of everything, and that we are part of. It's not.
It's amazing.
It's not another self.
So life is so
everything.
amazing.
Yeah.
And earlier you said to be alive. Well, one of my sayings is every day on the top side of the grass is a fantastic day.
Yes.
But you need to. No one's going to make you happy. You are responsible for making yourself happy.
Yes.
Only you.
Yes.
People can bring you happiness, but they're not going to make you happy.
Yes.
So it's up to you to decide that you're happy.
Yes,
One of my
it's a
sayings
decision.
is,
It's a
Rodrigo,
decision.
if you think you're a handsome, successful, happy person, you are.
Yes.
And that doesn't matter what anyone else thinks.
Yes.
If you think you're ugly,
Yes.
a failure, and unhappy, you are that.
Yes.
If you think you can do something, you can. I think I can solve the world's problems. If you think you can't, you certainly can't.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So it's
Completely
amazing what the mind can do.
agree. Yes.
If you're you know about hypnotism, you can be hypnotized to be stiff as a board, where you physically can't do that. But when your mind thinks you can do that,
Yes.
you're stiff as a board.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Yes.
Those people,
You have
the magicians
access.
that raise the girl in the air,
Yes.
they're hypnotized to be stiff as a board.
Yes.
And one little
we have a sex.
one little thing's holding them up.
Yes.
So, I
Yes.
mean, if people just understand that they can be happy, stop worrying about everything, stop taking life so serious, enjoy the challenges, the risk. Everyone's afraid of risk because they think they're going to fall down. Well, when you rode a bike, there you go.
Okay. That's no
That's
problem
great.
to feel down. Yes.
Yeah, that's the only way to
You
learn.
discovered another wrong way to do that.
So one of my little sayings is, when you were a little boy, you learned how to ride a bike.
Yes.
You fell down,
Yes.
you scraped your knee up,
Yes.
you put a Band-Aid on it, and you
Yes.
got up and you rode the bike again.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That's life.
Yes. Yes.
Don't be afraid to fall down.
Yes.
And when people say, "Oh, I got fired, I'm so miserable," I say, you know what? That's fantastic you got fired. Because now
you
get
have
to
other possibilities.
Exactly.
Yes.
See,
Yes.
not everyone's as smart as you, Rodrigo, unfortunately.
Yeah.
If everybody was just as smart as you, the world would be a better place.
I hope
Because
so.
they don't go to school.
Yes.
But now there's a thing called the library, a thing called YouTube, and a
Yes.
thing called Google.
Yes.
And with those three elements, the answers to everything are at your fingertips.
Yes.
All you have to do is
Yes.
want to know something.
Yes. Yeah.
Ask the question.
Yes.
Ask,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
shall receive.
Yes.
Well, ladies, we've been talking, and gentlemen, we've been talking for 52 minutes. Rodrigo, you know that?
Wow. Yeah.
52
that's
minutes.
Great.
We've
Thank
covered
you.
a lot of subjects.
Yes.
We still
Yes.
have 29 minutes in our
In
journey
your
left,
trip. Yes, my
which is
God.
amazing.
Uh-huh.
But I think when people listen to and spend 52 minutes
Yes,
listening
I
to
hope.
this, they will have learned something.
I hope so.
I can't
really
imagine
hope
they
so.
didn't learn something from
Yes.
this.
Yes.
And hopefully many things from this. Because
Yes.
you're educated in the system.
Mhm.
I'm educated outside the system.
Yes.
Together we met, and I think
Yes.
we've agreed on most everything.
Yes, we do.
We haven't really
Yes.
not agreed on anything.
Yes, because it's not inside or outside the system. Is which system is good for both of us, or which system permits people go inside and go outside and be free to do that, and provide this possibility for people.
Well,
you know,
here's
it's
one of the
developing,
problems
it's
with the
very
systems. We're taught fear.
Yes.
Our parents teach us fear.
Yes,
And that's very, very unfortunate, because they're amateurs who are raised by amateurs who were raised by amateurs.
Yes.
So you're looking at humanity as generation upon generation of amateurs raising children with fear.
Yes. Maybe because of this we have violence as a value,
Yes.
you know, because you need to protect yourself, you need to have as much as possible.
Fear or flight.
And you're afraid
things,
of
right?
you have fear of your neighbor and not the opposite, you know. But I think we are.
But we're taught
with
that.
the new
That's not
technology-
inherent in our makeup.
Yes,
We're taught it.
Yes, and with these new technologies, we can do this with not that much fear, you know.
I tell you, this brings me a point. My parents were beatniks. We were the scourge of society because we weren't going with the system. My stepdad was painting for a living. He looked quite like you. And so society back in the 50s didn't like people who didn't go along with the system, working their 8 to 5. So artists were just scum. Today, you tell someone you're an artist and you have adoration. Well, you're an artist? That's fantastic, right?
Yes.
Well, you know, so I was, as a child, beat up from the neighbors' kids because they heard their parents saying what a disgusting thing there was in the neighborhood, these beatniks. They didn't know any better. They heard the terrible things their parents were talking about at the dinner table about these beatniks that were in the area, right? So we're just product of a horrible education system, which is our parents a lot of times. And you know, the average intelligence in America is on a 6th grade level. Did you know that?
Yes.
We're 35th in the world in the education process. So that's why we're so confused. We don't have any good advice. That's why you go to a psychoanalyst, a psychiatrist, or a psychologist, because they took the books, they learned the rules and the regulations about how humans work, and they can tell you why you're so confused.
Yes, this is very
But learn from as many people as I have, and I think I have the answers too. By the way, you have any more questions for the doctor while we're here? Did I answer the first one correctly?
Yes, very good.
Do you have any more questions that I can tackle? Because I love tackling complex problems. Come up with another one.
I have another question that is in myself nowadays. Well, I'm studying conflict resolution. I provide services as a psychoanalyst, and so the patients come to me to talk about their inside conflicts. As a lawyer, I work with the outside conflicts, so I do the contracts and those things. And the idea as a conflict resolution provider, you know, as a mediator or as a neutral, is to help two people solving their internal problems and also the external problems and those things like that.
And I do both those things without a license, but go ahead.
Yes, and this is something that because we have a lot of different kind of mediators, and you can find
arbitrators, mediators, judges.
Yes, you can find anyone that you think that. And
so what's the question?
The question is, what make people think that they can have the help of someone else to solve that? What I say is that normally people says, I'm not being able to solve this problem, and how will I ask someone else to solve this problem or to?
How do they find you? Or why would they do it? What was the question? No.
How do they think that they need? How do they find them thinking about? I think a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't know that we have these services in the society. We have people.
They
that
don't,
are
and
able.
this is going to be very helpful for them to know this.
This is the point, you know.
Yeah.
If you have a problem, you go to your lawyer, and your lawyer go to the judge.
Well,
nowadays, you have a problem, you go to your lawyer, and the lawyer can come to a mediator, or you go directly to a mediator.
One is the social.
Normally, I have the lawyers
The
together.
answer to your question is social media. You need the words conflict mediation. You need an app that says conflict mediation. You need a website that says conflict mediation. YouTube and a Facebook that says conflict mediation. And what that means, both emotionally, physically, and financially. Okay? Now, the problem with most people is they don't like free advice. So when you charge $100, you're going to respect it so much.
Yes.
When you charge $1,000, they're
Yes.
going to respect it so much. And when you charge $10,000, you're going to respect it even more.
Yes.
But give someone free advice, they're not going to respect it. That's why they don't listen to their parents, because it's free advice.
Yes, somehow, yeah.
But anyway,
Interesting.
so you need to, and I think you're onto I love that when you first said you do conflict resolution, I knew we had something to talk about.
Yes.
And it spurred a great amount of excitement in my brain because I knew we were going to have a great conversation.
Thank you.
And I knew I was going to learn something, and I knew my audience was going to
they
learn something.
learn a lot of things too.
And I'm going to title this Conflict Resolution.
Yeah.
That's the name of this the segment here.
Oh, great.
Yes, and
you.
I could help you because I have connections in literally every field of study.
Yes, nice.
In building apps,
Uh-huh.
in building websites,
Oh, great.
in finding funds to launch a company,
Oh,
and all
great.
these things
Very nice.
basically are on my app already.
Yes.
And it's called Fantastic Products,
Yes.
Fantastic Services,
Great.
Fantastic Investment Opportunities,
Great.
Fantastic People,
Great.
Fantastic Events. All these things are on my website
Oh,
and
thank you.
my phone app.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So let's keep in contact.
We will. We certainly
Yes,
will.
very nice.
And I would love to have you. Maybe we'll do a podcast as well.
Yes.
You know, which is another time a phone call, just
Okay.
a phone call, and
Uh-huh.
maybe I'll even have you on my radio show.
Oh, great.
Because those are the three forms that I deliver content
Oh,
with.
great. Very
And
great.
it's all
We
about
can-
improving the mind,
Yes.
the body, and the planet.
In the planet.
Which is you're helping on all three of those,
Yes,
basically.
yes,
you know,
yes.
especially when you're talking to two companies, these stupid drug companies. You know, I mean, you got to watch Unnatural Selection. That's another thing you need to
Yes,
watch.
yes.
You know, and it takes time to watch these things, but I think I'm taking the time, and YouTube is the best underground source of information on the planet.
Yes.
Although you can't believe everything you see or hear.
Yes.
You know, you have to cross-reference it. You know.
Yes.
But there's just a lot of information out there. I encourage everyone to listen to my show all the time. When you hit like, that helps the movement. Go to this Friday, everybody. We're going to sign off now. This
Yeah.
Friday, go to the Windjammers Yacht Club in Marina Del Rey for a great meeting of like-minded, fantastic, positive people.
Great.
Where we're going to pollinate positivity and inspire civility, everybody.
Great.
We can do it all together,
Yes.
but we have to do it individually within ourselves.
Yeah.
And it's going to come around. It's called karma. Karma works, everybody.
Yes.
It really does work.
Yes.
And everyone be fantastic. Rodrigo, you are fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Fantastic.
Everybody,
Yes.
conflict resolution. We're going to work together, me and Rodrigo. Me
Yeah.
unlicensed, him licensed. And between the two of us, you're going to get the best advice on the planet.
Great.
It's called
Yes.
teamwork.
Yeah,
There's
good
no
for
I
everyone.
in team. When
Yeah.
you work together with like-minded, positive, fantastic people, you get results. Everyone, be
Yeah.
fantastic. How are you, Rodrigo?
Great. Fantastic.
It takes a while.
Yes,
to
it
break
takes a while.
the habit.
Yes, but when
But,
you get,
when you get it,
everything is changed.
when you
It's
get it,
fantastic.
It's fantastic. Exactly.
Great, great.
Now, you see I missed our turn, right?
Oh.
There's no wrong turns in life.
Okay.
If missing that turn
Okay.
meant anything, it probably means we're going to spend another minute together.
Okay,
Because
yeah.
more than likely,
great.
I'm going to get
That's
off at
great.
Vermont instead of
Yes.
Western. Now,
That's great.
in closing, we talked about left and right turns. I got to make it one story for you. I turned wrong at the airport driving this
Yes.
guy. We had a great interview like we just did.
Yes.
And he was having such a good time. And then I turned it off. And I made the wrong turn, but he didn't mind because he wanted. Sometimes people extend the ride with me because
Yes.
they want to talk to me
Yeah,
longer.
yeah.
Right? Well, the thing is, we start talking about anxiety.
Yes.
And so I turned it back on, and I have the cure for anxiety. And I came up with it. It was one of my most popular episodes. People, if I didn't make that wrong turn, I wouldn't have made that segment on anxiety.
Yes, it's a point.
And that
Yeah.
that exists, and people are learning from that segment on anxiety.
Oh.
It's fantastic.
Yes, it's fantastic.
So it all happens for a purpose.
Yes.
All these things, it's all destined to happen. That wrong turn I just made. I don't know if it's a wrong turn. Maybe it's a quicker turn because it says get off at Vermont now. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, everybody, be fantastic.
Be fantastic.
And we'll talk to you later.
See you.
That was an hour and 2 minutes.
Oh
If you guys,
my.
if you listen to this for an hour and 2 minutes, you need to send me your email and be one of my ambassadors of positivity.
Yeah,
means
we
you're
will.
getting it, means you're involved in this, and if you're already an ambassador, share the video, obviously. Be fantastic and have a fantastic life, everybody.
Thank you.